Hello, Mr. Mohanani. Welcome to Humans of Business. It's so nice to have you join me today in conversation. I think I'm really looking forward to speaking with you.
The feeling is mutual.
First of all, let me take this opportunity to congratulate you on your signing of your 100th project. You must feel on top of the world, literally.
I mean, like, this is my 36th year in the business, okay? And then again, 100. I mean, it's very exciting. And my whole team is so excited. And we are looking for a celebration, very honestly.
So now we have to have a big party to
Yeah. So
celebrate.
then, therefore, this celebration of this occupation and the 100 project, we are planning to do together sometime in this year and 36 years. So all
Fantastic.
together, so we want to invite our believers who have, we've got 14,500 believers.
Wow, you're going to
Yeah.
have to hire a really big hall for this.
Yeah, but we we may not have such a big. I mean, invite all of them. We will do it in tranches. So we can start with Khar, Bandra, Santa Cruz, which are about 500 to 600 believers who have bought apartments from us. Here we've done 25 projects itself in this vicinity. As we
Right.
speak in Khar West,
Khar.
Santa Cruz, and
Yeah.
Bandra. So we'll start with them, and then probably we'll go to Goregaon, and we'll go to Dahisar, and we'll do Borivali.
Even where we sit here today, it's very nicely done. You seem to have a good taste for like sculptural and paintings and things like that. It's really a welcoming, warm office.
So people tell me, my friends tell me that you're in the wrong field. You're not a developer person. You don't look like a developer. You don't behave like a developer.
Right.
But what got me into this is just because my passion for, giving
For like
homes.
a beautiful space to live
Yeah,
in.
so I want to make a home. I want you to, ultimately bless me, my, those 14,500 and
Yes.
counting.
All their goodwill and
Yeah, that's what actually, I mean, that is one reason why I, wanted to get into construction.
because you're providing the such a basic. I mean, you're giving them shelter for them and their families. It must feel really fulfilling to be in the space that you are.
So Sam, since we are talking about, you know, why I'm a developer, I mean that's what you would like to
Absolutely,
know.
I want to know.
Okay, so I did my graduation in commerce. Okay, from HR. I passed out in the year 1975. And then I was wondering what to do. I mean, like, this may not be enough.
Right.
So then I got into law. So I did 3 years of law. Then I graduated into law. So I'm a law graduate, though I didn't practice
You
law.
didn't practice law?
No. But I wanted to, kind of have some background of law, which helps us in, in the real estate industry.
Right.
It's always
I'm
better
sure
to
it
be.
comes in handy
Yeah,
because you
very
need to
much.
know all the little loopholes and
Till date, when when we have meetings and when we have transaction with the owners or with the society or whoever his land is,
Yes.
na? So the advocates, the other advocates, the opposite advocate, they wonder how a developer is reading every line himself.
that's what you do?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, whether I did BCom, I did accounts, or I did law, that helped me actually to structure my life.
Yeah. Yeah, that gives you peace of mind knowing that you've read everything that needs to be spoken about.
Yeah. So coming to peace of mind, so that's our mulya. Okay, that's Ekta's mulya. So that is what we are living for, to give peace of mind to people.
Right. So when you say mulya, it's something like a mantra?
No, not mulya, no, Mantra. Mulya is the reason why you are here.
The reason, the purpose.
Yeah, the purpose why you are
Right.
here is peace of mind.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's very well said.
My dad was into real estate. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So he had.
So
he
this
has
is
made
a business that you've inherited?
No, not really. So
Okay.
I'm coming to that.
Okay.
So he was into real estate. So he had constructed a few buildings. Okay, maybe half a dozen buildings
Right.
in his career. So in those days, Sam, there was a concept of a cooperative housing society. So they used to get land, make a society, and develop.
This
so
is in
he's-
Mumbai. You grew
Mumbai,
up.
Mumbai, yeah,
Okay.
Mumbai, yeah. So that's why he made a few buildings, there, and that experience was there. I used to, kind of learn from him. So after college, after HR, I used to do morning college, 7 to 10, and then go to office. We had an office in Flora Fountain here. I go and sit with him. So then I used to learn from him. I used to go and sit there. He had his personal issues, his health issues, as well as there was some sort of financial debacle in the family, and there were things. So then he decided like not to do too much. So that time I said, then what do I do? No, he's not doing. So what do I do? So I started selling flats and apartments and shops. And so I was a broker, in short.
Oh,
Like 77 to 87. 10 years is what I did brokerage.
so you started working at an early age.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, immediately like when I passed out school, I was
Oh,
16 when I passed
oh,
out.
that's very young.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about your childhood, Ashok. What sort of a youngster were you? Do you have any
So
embarrassing memories that you want to share with us?
I was born in Altamount Road, okay, in town. Pedder Road, there's a school called Villa Teresa High School.
Yes.
School, okay. So that was co-ed up to fourth.
I was just thinking because now it's an all
It's a
girls
girls' school.
school.
It's a girls' school, yeah. But that was co-ed up to fourth. So right from kindergarten till fourth, I was there. Most of my friends, okay, wanted to go to St. Xavier's Boys Academy, not high school. This is at New Marine Lines. Okay. I mean, we went on our own. Okay. Now, my parents were not much like, concerned about what I'm doing in those days also. And I went, we took a bus, I remember, 132 bus. We went there, and my other friends also were there from the same school. And then there was an entrance test. You could not get admission without entrance test. Then I appeared for the entrance test, and I mean, academy, I was good. Okay. Got the admission. Then I told my dad that I have to pay fees and all that. Okay. Then he gave me the fees, and then I went and paid myself. And
So this was which class?
fifth.
You were actually figuring out your own education and your
Yeah,
path
yeah.
at age, I'm guessing 10.
10, yeah. And those are very, very, very introvert.
You were an introvert.
Very highly, okay, very timid. I used to get bullied.
Are you the only child of your parents?
No. So we are in all 6. Five more siblings. I have 2 sisters, one older, one younger, and 2 older brothers and 1 younger brother. When I was in the 7th standard, so we had we used to all play in the after school. School used to get over at 1:30. Huh? Just to tell you, huh? Okay, 8 to 1:30 was our timing of the school. So sometimes we used to go and play cricket instead of going home. Inter-school matches. There was a I wouldn't say a friend, but a colleague, a student. Okay, he was huge, and I was very small. Like I was the shortest in the class, one of the shortest in the class. He didn't like me. Okay, Christopher. So he used to not like me. So whenever he used to get a chance, he used to just hit me on the ear, hit me here, hit me in the back. Like
Just bully you for no reason.
complete bully. Okay. So I was one of the victims. Somehow that one particular day, and I don't know what happened, but I lost my cool. I was basically very cool because I was timid. I mean, I couldn't, fight with anybody. He said something that was very dirty. Okay, we won't, talk about that right now. And I just picked up the stumps and started hitting him. I stopped the match. I
Right.
just hit him, and he was on the floor.
Right.
Then everybody came and all that, and then the principal matter went to principal. Both of us were punished.
Yeah.
Okay, for doing whatever.
This was
I
in
did.
which class? Was
Seventh.
this? In 7th.
Okay, both of us were punished, and he thought everybody knew his reputation, and everybody knew my reputation also. But then
So that was like a shock to everyone, how you reacted.
yeah.
Right.
From that day, he stopped messing with me. This one incident, it changed my whole, kind of philosophy and belief of life. You can't take things lying down. Is what I realized at that time.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this thing could have gone 2 ways. An incident
What
like
a
this
second way.
it can really sort of scar you, and people really withdraw and they become more introverted, I'm thinking. But in your case, you became more outspoken, I
So
guess.
there's an ant here, okay?
Right.
And you go on pushing this ant. Someday the ant is going to bite you. Yeah.
For sure.
I was an ant that time.
Yeah.
I was pushed to the wall,
Right. Yeah.
and I got
So this
back.
is how you reacted.
Yeah.
Right. So Ashok, you've created Ekta World. You are where you are today. Now, having said all that and done all that in your life, is there any moment that you would like to relive?
We used to stay at Breach Candy.
Right.
Okay, there's a building called Peacock Palace. Most of my youth I spent there. Slightly immature youth at
I
that
have a
time.
feeling we're getting into some juicy portion here.
I mean, I had a good set of friends, and
Right.
there was one special friend. Okay,
I like talking about special friends. Let's do it.
sometimes I felt that was a one-sided affair. So I loved her a lot.
Uh-huh. How old were you then?
In my teens,
Okay. Is this the first time you felt those butterflies?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
first time till marriage.
Making that very clear. Okay.
Breach Candy, the place is called Scandal Point. A lot of scandals happening
Oh,
there.
yes, I know the place.
Ah, there wasn't so much traffic that is now. People don't walk now, but that was a like a walking track, road on the road, huh?
Right.
Yeah, just opposite the sea face
Yes.
where we lived. So I would try and time my walks according to when she would be there. You know,
How clever.
so that was life at that time.
Yeah.
And but knowing myself, didn't want to give up.
Persistent.
So anything I do, I mean, honestly, I like to,
Give it your
culminate
100%.
100% and get into results, some result. On a lighter note, it was failure.
It was, oh,
Yeah, it was a failure. So, I mean, nobody to blame. It was, as I said,
right.
it was kind of one-sided.
Right.
Still didn't want to believe that it's one-sided. It went on for, I think, nearly 2 years.
No result
Nay, then
from
finally she got
this.
married. That was the result.
Oh, that was a result. Wow. Okay.
So, Sindhis, they get married early.
Okay.
If I was 17, she would have been like 19 when she got married.
That young. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish I could have,
Right.
kind of had some sort of a fruitful association with her. But
Are you in touch with her? Have
no,
you
no, no. कुछ
seen
नहीं,
her after that, spoken to her? Nothing like that.
नहीं. I don't know which part of the globe she is now.
Okay.
If you call it relive, yes. Would have wished that relationship would have extended for a while, and
Yes.
I think it was only platonic at that time, as far as
You mean
both
from
of us.
her side?
Yeah,
Okay. Not yours.
I mean a desire to
Yeah,
to
yeah.
associate with her
Yeah,
more and to
yeah,
have
yeah.
more of her. In fact, but then man proposed and God disposed. ऐसा होता है ना.
It's true, and it also seems like the men have it a bit tougher. They have to be the ones who do the proposals and who have to come up with a plan. I just feel, as a woman, I think we have it a little bit easier in that department.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So Ashok, let me ask you, if you could trade lives for one day with somebody, this could be somebody famous, it could be somebody dead or alive. Who do you think you would want to sort of be for that one day?
So I told you about Mother. Mother Teresa's done for the world
Yeah.
is unbelievable. Okay, if I had that one day to take her place and to even do a fraction of what she did, I'll do it. Yeah, she was surrendered.
That was her whole life.
Yeah. So that I'm not surrendered. No, I'm still living a normal grahast life, right?
Right, but you're also doing something equally noble, which is giving people shelter, homes, roof above their head. So I think that's also very noble.
That thought is good. Creating employment whilst we're here. So, we have thousands of families, the labor, they are all we are very happy that they are all working for,
Right.
for our company, okay, directly and indirectly also. So I'm very, very happy about that. But what she did now, there is no, I mean, like, there is no comparison at all. I mean, why one day? I mean, if I had more days, if you would give me more options of more days, then I would live her life also. I would also, kind of emulate Baba Amte, as you know. These are two idols of my life, whom I really would have want to be there with them. If I can't be them, I can be with them and support them. Yeah, but I didn't
Yeah,
get that
true.
opportunity to be with Mother. Whoever come to my house, okay, all my friends, and I have as I said, I have very few friends whom I can count on my finger.
Right.
Fingers. So whoever has come, and maybe 10, 12 of them have come to my house, okay, including relatives. I mean, but as they enter, that they feel the warmth and they feel the positive, vibes.
The vibes.
Yeah.
That's so important, no? That I think that's the first thing that strikes you. It's like it hits your senses is the vibration. People don't always pay attention to that, but you can actually, if you're quiet enough in your mind, you can actually feel like a positive vibe. Like the young generation uses this word a lot.
Yeah.
That place has got a good vibe or he's got positive vibes. So
Yeah.
I think that's something that really hits you.
As you enter the foyer, so I've taken Mother Teresa's saying on that. I've inscribed it in brass. You know what it says? Welcome to our little world. Okay. Then it says dot dot home. Okay. Feel happy as you step in and happier as you step out.
She was a woman of few words, but people really paid
Yeah.
attention when she spoke. You won't believe, but I have met Mother. I
Yeah.
was 10 years old, and my dad was in Air India, and we were on a flight, and she was going back home for a 2 week stay in Hungary.
Okay.
And my dad, took me to meet her. She was sitting in the first class. Not that she wanted to; she was just placed there. And she was a little, very tiny lady, and she was almost like invisible in that seat. And she wrote a beautiful, a little saying to me on that Air India letterhead. And what I did was I've made a little frame out of it, and my uncle, who's an artist, has done a charcoal portrait of Mother. So I have both of that in a frame, and it's something that I'll always treasure.
But do you know how she became mother?
No, I don't actually.
So she was in Calcutta, she was a school teacher.
Yes.
Okay. And I mean, a destitute died in her arms.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And she couldn't do anything about it. And that's what changed her own life. And then she became Mother Teresa. So she lived her life for destitutes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, she's also like my inspiration.
Mhm. And we have a beautiful painting
Yeah, so
that
this is done
depicts
by
her.
Hussein.
This is good for humanity and everything, but something a little more wilder.
It's not wild, but I have a passion for singing.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I have got two tutors, okay, who come and
Right.
teach me. So if I was not a developer, if I was not an architect, then I would have been a singer, a
Really?
playback singer. Yes, definitely.
And what genre of music is this?
So generally, Bollywood is what I
Oh, I
what I
see.
sing. Like even tomorrow, I'm performing at Ju Jagruti at Vilepala.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you have performances and all that.
Yeah, yeah. So and in a month, 2 to 3 performance live. Yes.
So you're going to be singing some like popular Bollywood
Yeah.
songs?
So I'm singing a very famous song of Kishore Kumar, "Mere Mehboob," "Kayamat Hogi." That I'm singing.
Wow. So you have a whole team that comes in, musicians and
Yeah,
everything?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Full
Okay. And do
team.
you play
Yeah.
any instruments?
No, I don't play. I don't play any instrument. Yeah. I have a studio at home. I made a studio in my house. So where it's a recording studio. So I record there. I sing there. I jam there. I call friends there. It leads to our terrace. Nice personal space of mine. Yeah. So I have a library. I have an office there. That's where I spend a good amount of time.
So we can safely say that if you were given that one day for your wild side, you would be Kishore Kumar.
Yeah, a blend of Kishore Kumar and Mukesh.
Okay. You
Yeah.
want the best of both of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Perfect.
So I love Mukesh's songs.
Yeah.
I sing Kumar Sanu, I sing Kishore. Yeah.
Ashok, let me ask you, suppose if there was one word that comes to your mind when I say the word travel, what is that one word that comes to your mind?
Blissful. So I love traveling. Okay. I mean, I have traveled a lot
Right.
in, you know, the last 29 years.
Yeah.
I never traveled earlier much before, but since 1994, I've done a lot of traveling because I was working. So, I mean, like I was struggling. So that's the reason for me not traveling prior to that. Okay. I started my company in 87. So then from 94 onwards, things got a little more settled in my life. And
Right.
then I started traveling. And
What are
so
your
that's the bliss that in Hindi, we call it Anand. And in English, bliss. So that's what I get. So I like to uh, meet people. Basically, told you I'm a people's man, so that I like to meet people, and that's I mean, when I'm traveling, that's part of the whole.
So are you the kind of guy who, when you're traveling and you're sitting at maybe a restaurant, you'll strike up a conversation with the locals?
Yeah, yes, yes,
You're that sort of
definitely,
a
yeah, yeah,
guy.
yeah, yeah.
Any favorite destinations that you maybe keep visiting?
I like Europe. That continent I like very much. Yeah, yeah.
Any particular reason why?
lot of greenery, lot of
Natural
natural,
beauty.
yeah, beauty.
Yeah.
So not that it's not there in India. I won't take it that away from India. Okay, but compared to the population and the space,
You're able to actually see
yeah.
beyond the people because there's so much of space. Yeah, true. Would you like to tell us a little more about the underworld? Because that is something that is quite intriguing.
Now, this in our industry is not devoid of underworld threats. You would know that, okay?
Right?
So in 2005,
Yeah.
precisely end of 2005, December, I started getting threatening calls from international gangster. His name is Ravi Pujari.
Okay.
Okay. So he started threatening me a lot. I mean, like crazy, he made me, I was scared internally, but
Right. But why? What was the
he just wanted money. He said, I want 5 crores from
like
you.
extortion or
Yeah,
whatever they
extortion,
call it?
pure extortion. I had
Right.
nothing to do with him. Yeah, I never,
Yeah.
he never met me in his life before.
Right.
Okay. He started calling me in December 2005 and half a dozen calls every day. So, and that's how they work. See, they work only on fear. That's their business.
Right.
If you're scared, you'll pay.
So was this your first sort of
So I'll tell you. In the mid 90s, maybe 97, 98 exact year, I don't remember. Okay. So I had got threat calls from D company. Okay. And, but that got kind of settled and, there were some common friends and,
so D company is another sort of an underworld?
yeah, it's called Dawood.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Right. I should have known that.
That somehow got settled with some friends, good well-wishers of mine.
Were you
Actually, my,
scared at this time?
oh
It
yeah,
must have been a
yeah,
really
oh yeah, oh yeah,
big trial for
yeah,
you
yeah,
and your
yeah,
family, I'm
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. So that was not as bad
Right.
as this one because this Pujari, what he did, because I didn't relent. Background of Pujari and me. Okay, if you Google
But was
also,
he only targeting you and
no,
your
many
company or
developers, many developers. It's not
okay.
that. It's not
Right.
that. It's
Yeah.
business. Even today, if you Google Ashok Mohanani, Ravi Pujari, you'll get the whole story. So it's still there. Okay. And soon,
Maybe Pujari didn't know about the seventh standard incident where you beat this guy up with the stumps. If he had known that, maybe he wouldn't have come after you.
that's their business, yeah.
But see,
So
that's the turning point for you, right? It gave you the what do you call the trust in yourself to know that you should stand up for yourself, no matter how big the opponent is. I
yeah,
suppose.
so that was uh, a quantum leap as far as internal also my journey is concerned. So I was telling you about 2006 Jan. My son Vivek, okay, he wanted to get married. Okay, he was hardly 24 at that time. So this being a first marriage, in our house. So I wanted to do, in a nice way. I mean, it's already planned. That time Pujari was not there when it was planned. Okay, so we wanted to have a big fat wedding at Udaipur, at the palace. All was planned. So many of my friends and relatives, well-wishers said, well, call it off.
Oh,
Means don't do Udaipur.
don't do too
Do a
much
small event in
because of all
Bombay.
the threats and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Right.
Do a small event in Mumbai, and that's why you want to, now, get into this. Like as it is, he's threatened you, and then now you know that you're going to spend so much money. Everybody knows that it's going to cost money, no?
Right. You don't want to call attention to yourself.
Yeah, my close friends, okay, and I'm not talking about relatives, but my close friend, they supported me and they said that, "No, you go ahead and, we are there with you. Don't worry, we'll kind of." So we did it. We went to Udaipur and, guest list was already ready and they already invites had gone earlier.
So you just went ahead with it.
Yeah, so we went ahead with it. And that time he said, he threatened me. He says, I know the wedding is there in this place and all that. This is the wedding. And I'm going to knock you both, father and son, there only, at the mandap.
Hey, that's quite
Yeah,
intense.
yeah, yeah. I went to the police, okay. Mr. Rakesh Maria was the joint CP crime there. So,
Known as the encounter specialist.
yeah, yeah. So I met him also. He helped me and he said, don't worry. You want boys, cops and all that, you security, don't worry at all. And then I went to Udaipur and I went few days before and I met the IG police there through Bombay contact only. So he gave me 16 cops, gunmen, he gave me 16 from there.
So they're gun wielding people at the wedding.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So it so happened that Bharat was there. Bharat was started, everybody in that, that mood. And, Sam, that Bharat was not on a horse, he was on an elephant.
Are you
Yeah.
serious? Wow, that's unusual.
First married in the house.
You really wanted to go all big
Yeah,
out
yeah, yeah. So
on
that
this.
elephant, was, I mean, it's not uncommon there, but for here, maybe Mumbai it is. So that time when the Bharat is on, I get a call from Pujari.
Directly from him.
Directly.
He used to call you directly then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
So I know international numbers, na, plus something, some 061 and 1, all.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So they do internet calling,
Right.
generally. So he called up and all that, kaisa chal raha hai and all that, he's asking me, that. I said, theek chal raha hai sab, yeah. He could hear Bharat, I can't stop the band baja is going on. I couldn't stop that. So, sab theek chal raha hai and all that. I spoke very coolly with him, all that. So he, abused me on my mother and sister. Usual abuses,
The
okay.
usual, yeah.
And तू देखना अभी तू मंडप में जाएगा ना तो देखना क्या होता है अभी.
Oh no.
We are going to the mandap only, na? After the Bharat, we have to go to the for the fairas, na?
This sounds like a film that we're talking about.
Yeah,
Your life
but
seems quite
this is real
dramatic.
life. Real life. And 2006. Anyway, phone. He only kept the phone. Then, of course, I was scared. Okay, heart of hearts, I was scared, but I continued with the dance, and we continued the Bharat. I didn't tell anybody anything.
Not even your son.
Nobody. How can I?
He's up there on the elephant.
I didn't tell anybody. Okay. And we continued, went on the fairas, nothing happened.
But you didn't inform the people, the gunmen and things like that?
So,
that you've gotten a
so
call?
I informed one of the cops who
Right.
was from Mumbai. So I informed him. I told him,
Yeah.
I was very, kind of close to
Yeah,
him. No?
yeah.
Other people, those 16 people I didn't know. No? But I informed the cop who was there. They were all
Right.
ready.
Yeah, yeah.
But nothing of that's what happened. It was only an empty threat, very honestly. He doesn't have the infrastructure that, he can do so much of
Just
damage.
wanted to see how far he can. Maybe these
Yeah,
are those mind games that they
yeah.
play, right?
So Mumbai, they find a weak spot, they will do it. But they know that there are so many gunmen, they won't enter into that area.
Right, yeah.
When 16 gunmen are there, they won't enter there. That is their psychology also. But they're also scared ultimately. Because they'll hire boys. Those boys ultimately, their lives also precious for them.
Yeah, it's playing out in
They
real
paid 5,000
time.
rupees, 10,000 rupees to do a job.
Absolutely.
They don't have any permanent army, na?
Yeah,
These
yeah.
guys don't have an army. They only, they're all these freelancers.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, nothing happened. And the wedding went well. Okay. So this Ravi Pujari incident, okay, after the wedding also, it went on for 10 years in my life. Right about 2015. So 2007, we had a shootout at Kandivali site.
When you say shootout, what exactly happened?
I shot somebody, shot my sales guy. Pujari's henchman
Shot
came and
some,
shot.
one of your...
Yeah, yes, just here.
Uh-huh.
He survived.
He survived, right?
Okay. So they came. That project is called Ekta Terraces. It was under construction, 2007, at Mahavir Nagar, Kandivali West. Ashok kidhar hai? Now, bad luck would happen for him. His name was Ashok, the salesman.
Your staff guy.
Yeah, Ashok Manek. Okay, he was in those days he was a senior citizen. He was 60 plus. And Ashok kidhar hai? So he said, "मैं अशोक हूँ, बोलो." Thak.
Oh no.
That's what happened. Okay, luck for him. It missed his heart. On the shoulder, because they are not, trained shooters. They could have shot anywhere.
Yeah,
It could have gone here, it could have gone anywhere.
Right.
But anyway, he got saved. The ambulance came. I got the call. And then I got a call from Pujari. Dekha maine kya kiya, ye, wo, all that. And we shipped him to Lilavati. He survived. He was okay. I reached Lilavati. I was staying in Bandra, only close by.
Right.
And 2008, then he had a shootout at Ekta's store. So she was into fashion. Okay. So she had a store at off Linking Road called White Peacock. Okay.
Yes, I think I know that. Right. Yeah.
So there the watchman was shot in 2008.
Did he lose his life?
No, he also survived.
So these are all like warning shots that Pujari is trying to scare you with.
2011, Nasik. Two of my sales people, Ranjit and Devika, they got badly injured. Badly, matlab, the intestines and liver and everything got
Oh,
affected. I mean, they
right.
took 5 6 months at walkout to get
Come
okay.
back.
Yeah, but they were okay. Then they're fine. But that left a scar in their mind also.
Is this something that happens even in today's day and age?
No, it doesn't happen.
It doesn't
It's all
happen.
over now. They're finished. Underworld is over. Okay, it's we, you know, who actually pay them. Those guys who pay them. Okay, then they'll get stronger.
Yeah.
So I didn't pay.
Right.
Okay, so then he had that, that khunnas against me.
Yeah.
That this guy, what does he think of himself?
Right. Yeah.
So one more incident was in Pune. So one more. So there are 4 firing incidents by this gang. One gang only. Okay, and it was all over the news. So then, I mean, as I told you, you can Google and check. It's all in the news, in the media, in the print media. Is what I'm trying to tell you is that I had full support from the Mumbai
Right.
police.
Yeah.
I was mentally strong. That Christopher made me strong at that time.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I think so.
And that's why I didn't, kind of succumb
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
threats
Right.
that
Yeah.
I faced from
Right.
the
Yeah. So,
underworld.
so thanks to Christopher for this little bit of the poking that he did to you,
Yeah,
created
yeah.
a stronger person out of you.
So this has carried on to my even to my successes, like in Vivek and Ekta, both are
They're
equally
both like
strong.
you.
Yeah, both are
Yeah.
equally strong. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Where do you harness your strength from, Ashok? Like when the going gets rough. So, do you think that comes from just within yourself? Is there a person that you seek the strength from?
So I'll elaborate. It's the strength comes due to my belief and the spiritual connect that I
Yes.
have. So it comes from there. So I tell you, ownership, trusteeship, coming back to the same thing. Okay, so that is what gives me the strength. That is the only, I would say, major.
That's your source.
Yeah, that's a major source. Of course, my family is supportive. Okay, there's no doubt about that. But the willpower, okay, to the determination to be, to pursue, to be persistent, and the resilience, and comes from there. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so say if you were going to be stranded on a deserted island and you could take three people with you. Please think and answer this one.
Oh
Who
God,
would these three people be?
really want me to answer this question?
Yes, you must.
I can't pass it.
Don't worry, we've got some flowers ready in case you need to take some flowers home today.
I would take my close friend. His name is Nilesh. I take him. I'll take my daughter, Ekta, and I'll take my son.
Okay. So yeah, good thing we have flowers at the end of this show to take home today. But why? Tell us why. Like why Nilesh?
See, there's a bonding between us. Okay, there is a very in-depth understanding. Okay, there are certain things which we don't even say, and the other person
Unspoken
unspoken. It's understood. Okay, there are no selfish motives
motives.
between us. Okay, we are in a different business altogether. Okay.
So it's purely just the affection that you'll have for each
Yes,
other,
and
the
and
love.
and, and the family connect, like his daughters treat me as their godfather, and
Yes.
same, even my children also are very close to uh, the family. It's not easy to have everybody connect with each other.
True.
Even my wife Bella also very very close to Rujuta. Okay, and it doesn't happen that everybody's connected to everybody.
Yeah,
Generally,
yeah. It's
yeah,
the
I could be. I have friends who, I mean, childhood friends. Okay, but it's a one-to-one thing.
yes.
But family thing is only with one family. This is what I want to.
So you'd have Nilesh for company on the island.
So I spend very less time with Ekta.
Okay.
Okay, reason why Ekta. Okay, I spend very less time with her.
So it's
Okay,
like a catching up session.
yeah. So let me tell you that once in every quarter, so we both father and son go out for a date. We do that. Okay, and then there are times when Vivek feels, okay, why are you going with her? No, why not with me? So therefore, I want Vivek also to be in the island, so I can spend more time with him because we all work, work, work all the time. So I spend more time with his children. In fact,
Okay.
the daughters, yeah, they're crazy after me. So I mean, like,
The grandkids.
yeah, every grandchild is crazy after them, but that's another thing. But then I spend more time with them. So if I'm in an island, the other three
It's
people,
unadulterated time with these three people.
yeah, 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 yeah,
That's good
yeah.
to know. Is there any time in your life that you remember feeling alone?
It's lonely, you're saying?
Not lonely, you felt like there was no one but just you dealing at that time with that situation, just completely alone.
So as far as work is concerned, I mean, I don't feel alone because Vivek is there. Okay, very supportive, and like we are, one and one, we are 11. We are not two. So we work in with that feeling. But yes, there are certain things which I can do and I would like to do, and where he's good, he does whatever he's good at. More than feeling alone, I was feeling that kind of my actions have failed. Like I've done this action, I've done everything that is possible. So I personally don't consider myself to be a failure, but at least I do consider that, yeah, if I've taken an action and that action hasn't resulted into positive response, then I feel that my action, what I did, has
Has
failed.
failed.
Yeah, maybe I didn't do the right action or what happened exactly. So
And then there's no one to blame but yourself.
yes, so then I get into that zone that I kind of feel that that's I hold myself responsible for that situation. Though I said about, see, it's very contradictory to what I said earlier about being a trustee. Okay,
Yes.
but then sometimes that trusteeship also gets hidden by
The
blame,
trials of
and
life
yeah,
and
yeah, so then you feel that like though you working for almighty as a trustee, so that I mean you feel light at that moment, that you're able to manage things better. But then beyond a certain limit, when you get kind of pulled to that situation where that you can only see gloom
rock
everywhere,
bottom,
yeah,
the rock
and that is the
bottom.
time you want to blame yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, is there any particular ritual or a practice that helps you get out?
Meditation,
Meditation.
that's all.
That's your go
Connection.
to, your faith,
Yeah,
basically.
connection. Yeah. It's like you can get connected to the powerhouse. So then you get the electricity, na?
Yeah.
So since you do it twice a day, you do it thrice a day, sometimes you recharge your
Yeah.
phone. I mean, like nowadays the battery dies very fast.
Yes, because you're
If you're
hooked on our
using, yeah,
devices
yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. So this way also, if you need to, recharge yourself, not once. Like it's not enough to recharge in the morning. So I'll tell you more about recharging, okay?
Sure.
So every 1 hour, so I have an alarm in my phone, okay? It's called traffic control. So every 1 hour there is a small music, which plays on my phone. So at that time I, kind of pause mentally, pause.
So this is the
You won't even
traffic in your
realize, there's
your own
traffic control. Yeah.
traffic.
So you won't realize while I'm talking to you. I don't have my phone right now because I
So
was.
it will beep or chime or whatever.
Yeah, it's a chime. Yeah.
So what
So
does
so
that
that
make you
so then I
do?
I come back to myself and come back connected.
You recenter.
Yeah. So how you when you're playing a game, okay, any game, okay. So you need to reset the ball. So that's what we do. Yeah.
That's a reset for you.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great. I might just copy a few of your advices. It sounds like very
Always
good.
with you, yes. I
Yeah,
mean, like
yeah.
we can sit separately on this. Yeah.
I'd love to. I'd love to because I think it's so important to reset, revisit, readdress
Yeah.
so many situations, personal, at work. That's where the growth happens, really.
True.
Ashok, if there's anything that you could tell your competitors, is there any piece of advice that you feel you could give them?
Yeah. So to my fraternity, okay. So
Precisely.
I would say that never take a debt, a loan to buy land. Okay. So
And this is coming from your
yeah,
experience.
yeah. So if And these are the matlab, my experience and the blunders which we made, Ekta has made. Okay, it's okay to take debt. I'm not saying that, but not for land. Land. I mean, don't ever treat land as as an asset. It should be like a work in progress. So you don't treat it as an asset. So don't buy land with borrowed money.
With borrowed money, yeah.
Okay, deal with the title of the person. As I told you, I'm repeating that, and not the title of the land. It's very important that you deal with the person.
Okay.
Land is one thing, then whom you're buying the land from. That's very important. And the third, which is the most important, that whatever project you do, there should be a financial closure. So from day one to last day,
To the end.
yeah. So you should know that this project will get over in this much time, and these are the resources. You must have the resources to complete the project. So don't start with the hope that it will get completed on its own. It doesn't get completed on its own.
There has to be a definitive end date.
Yes.
I'm sure your competitors are busy penciling all this down because you come with so much of experience and you speak with so much of integrity. It's been really wonderful talking to you.
Thank you.
We're almost at the end of this. I would still want to know, now that you've completed so many projects in your life, what is coming up next for you and Ekta World?
We are, I mean, focused, you know, in the luxury segment and mainly residential, because we've seen that COVID has made a lot of shift in thinking of people. People want to own their own houses. Even the millennials, na, Sam, want to buy their own houses now. Earlier they were very happy staying on rent,
Okay,
but not any longer.
I
More
see.
than 60-65% of the millennials want to buy their houses.
Okay, I am quite surprised at this because I was, in fact, thinking just the opposite. I thought this made people realize the temporary nature of life and thereby not wanting to have such deep roots.
The
Entails
records
that?
speak for itself. The number of flats which have been sold in the
Yeah.
last 2.5 3 years had never happened before in history. Okay, so people, and these are from registration record. You know that these many flats have been registered. You must have read in the newspaper 250 crores apartment being sold, 150 crores apartment being sold. So luxury people, I mean, aspirational living is very important now. That's what people realize. Okay, they don't want to just keep the money for their
They want to
future.
spend it. They
Yeah,
want
they want
value
to.
for it.
Yeah, because life is so uncertain. No?
It
COVID
is.
is,
It's demonstrated that.
yeah, I'm saying. So now to kind of bring that uncertainty into practicality is that at least enjoy what you have, and
True.
then you want to work from home, then you want more space, you want that extra space. Your child wants to go, learn from home. Then he wants his table space, he wants his own room. So people realize that they want a better and a bigger house. So for that all strata of people, it's not that only luxury. Even the mid segment also, they want, instead of two, they want to promote to a 3 bedroom hall. One want to promote a 2 bedroom hall. So what I'm trying to say is that housing is there to stay. Roti kapda makan, they say. Na? So makan is there to stay. People want. Earlier, when I started the business, the average age of my clients was 45 plus. Now it's 25 plus. So that is
Right.
the difference.
There is a change,
Okay.
yes. Yeah, yeah.
A young couple, maybe in their early 30s, they bought an apartment for us for 17.5 crores at Khar. So, both working with banks, with Stanchi Bank. So,
So this is a definite sign of the
yeah,
times.
so they are millennials.
Housing.
No? 30s are millennials. So, they
Absolutely.
can have a house of 17.5 crores. So, that is what we want to cater to those people who want a aspirational living. I mean, like, I had that eye for perfection and that, that for detailing.
Yes.
So that can be expressed only in luxury living is what I've realized.
So speaking about millennials, is there any advice that you'd give the a young entrepreneur of today?
Believe in yourself, whatever you're doing. Okay, have faith in yourself. Maybe you're a startup, or maybe you have an ancestral business to follow. But whatever you're doing, have that belief and do it with all your passion. Yeah, this is what I would tell them. Yeah.
That's great. Ashok, it's been fabulous talking to you. And I feel we're sitting in a little corner of your house. I'm sure your home is beautiful. I'd love to visit sometime.
Yeah, you
And
can come with my friend.
sure. And we'll have you cook for us that
Yeah,
day.
that and the feeling is likewise. I mean, I really enjoyed this session, and you did touch so many, uh, corners of my life, which kind of had I had gotten over it, but you brought it
I brought
back.
back the
Yeah,
feelings.
you brought it back. Yeah, and yeah, it was really fun
I'm
being with you.
glad. I'm glad.
Yeah,
Super. Thank you so much, Ashok. Thanks.
thank you.
Hope to see you soon sometime.
Yeah, certainly.
Great.